I will take some of these polls with a grain of salt. I think this is a hit against Joe Biden. I think they're trying to get the drumbeat going again, the David Ignatius kind of drumbeat. Joe Biden, you got to get out of the way. Joe Biden, you got to. Getting rid of Joe Biden is proving to be far more difficult, I think, than the regime realized. When David Ignatius wrote that piece, Joe Biden must step out. David Ignatius is a spokesperson for the intel agencies. He wrote it in the Washington Post, and we saw very similar pieces come up. So I think this polling is a little bit too good to be true. I think there is some truth to it. I think that Donald Trump legitimately is more popular if the election was conducted fairly and squarely and the RNC had its act together. I think Donald Trump, of course, wins. By how much? I do not know. But I think the main takeaway from this poll is they're trying to get rid of Joe Biden. Now, mind you, the problem with these polls, though, and I know we're going to talk about this, Megyn, is it didn't factor in third-party candidates. This is the hardest of all things to try to poll and to predict. Binary races you could predict with some sort of precision, but in 2016, one of the reasons why the polling was so wrong is that people did not anticipate 150,000 votes for Jill Stein here and 80,000 votes for Jill Stein here. Well, now imagine, theoretically, you have Trump, you have Biden, you have potentially Cornel West, definitely Jill Stein, Manchin and Romney, maybe, we'll see about that, and RFK. How do you poll that? Right? I mean, who takes from who at that place? And we can, build that out and dissect it. So the only problem with that poll is that it was just a Trump v. Biden. And they said, here's a third option if you'd like to choose one, unspecified, undefined. But what it does show, though, is that the Democrats have a major incumbent problem and their machinery can only take them so far. Their ability to harvest ballots, their ability to, I'm not even talking about the illegal stuff. I'm talking about the legal stuff we know that they do. Their GOTV operation, their micro-targeting, their ability to communicate to very specific communities like young women on abortion or young black women on reparations, micro-target college kids on student loan forgiveness, whatever. They're very, very good at that using sophisticated technology and artificial intelligence. And Republicans are so far behind. But that machinery has limits. They can only do that. That probably is a 3 or 4 point boost at best. There's only so much of that if there is an overwhelming cascade of voters, especially when the math gets super interesting, when a community like the Hispanic community here in Arizona that traditionally would go 65% Democrat is all of a sudden 50-50 Republican Democrat. The math goes completely haywire for the Democrats.
They cannot handle that. They can't take those losses.
No, they can't. They cannot win enough suburban wine moms back for the Democrat Party that have anxiety over abortion. If you're losing 5 Hispanics for every wine mom that you win in Paradise Valley, the math doesn't work, right? No, and I don't even mean that as a pejorative. It's just
but I
thing,
love it.
Right?
What do you mean? We're not judging.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Yeah. No. It's just true. I mean, but there's. So there's a lot of mystery to this and a lot of guessing. So my drumbeat every day that I hit, Megyn, and what we're trying to do at Turning Point Action, our political arm, is let's do the stuff that we know will make a difference. The boring but necessary work, ballot chasing, registering new voters, engaging in early voting, keeping your head down and doing the difficult and tough work. Because if anybody tells you they know what this election is going to look like, they are guessing and lying. When you have 5 different, that feels like a European election, Megyn. 5 or 6 different candidates, they're all going to be raising millions of dollars. And there is a legitimate possibility, and we could dive as deep as you want into this, that no candidate gets the 270 electoral votes. And it goes to the House of Representatives.
Oh my God.
I could walk you through what that would look like.
I want you to do that. Wait. Let's do that. Let's do that, but table it for 1 second. I'll squeeze in a break before we do third parties. But before we do that, I want to point out that Joe Biden agrees with you that these polls are not necessarily to be trusted. He was confronted on the terrible polling by Fox News' Peter Doocy and another reporter. Here's how that went.
Why do you think it is that people should be more concerned about abortion access than your age?
I don't think it's a comparable comparison.
Why do you think it is that you're trailing Trump in all these swing state polls?
Because you don't read the polls. I'll give there 10 polls. 8 of them I'm beating him in those states. 8 of them. You guys only do 2. CNN and New York Times. Check it out. Check it out. We'll get you a copy of all those polls. Okay?
You don't believe you're trailing in battleground states?
No, I
don't. Okay. So he says it's fake news, sounding a little Trumpy. This is what everybody does when the news is bad for them. It's fake news. And then when the outcome of the election comes out in a bad way, that's fake too. It's just like nothing is bad for me is real.
It'll be Putin. It'll be Jill Stein is a Putin puppet.
After a crazy day of politics as usual, we all deserve an uplifting dose of plush perfection. And when I say plush perfection, I'm talking about the seriously soft, incredibly comfy cuddle blanket from Cozy Earth. Here's why you're going to be addicted to this thing and you're going to want to buy it for everybody come the holidays. The cuddle blanket is a faux fur, ultra plush pile blanket that literally wraps you in a soft, warm cocoon of pure luxury. You just wrap it around you and the stress of the day melts away. The cuddle blanket is generously sized so you can easily share that warmth with somebody else. And speaking of sharing, it is perfect, as I said, for gifting. The cuddle blanket is double-sided, perfectly weighted, like a warm, comforting hug. Even draped over your sofa or armchair, its neutral color and faux fur texture adds a touch of warmth to any space. Elevate your cozy moments with the cuddle blanket. Hurry, save 40% off the cuddle blanket right now. This offer will not last, so go to CozyEarth.com and enter my promo code Megyn for 40% off now. That's CozyEarth.com, promo code MEGYN. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.